Hello, I'm Thomas Smith here at Holy Spirit Catholic Community, and we are so excited to be able to welcome you back to a shared sacramental life this weekend. We understand that some of you prefer to stay at home, and we will live stream all of our liturgies to our Facebook page where you can still offer a spiritual act of communion in solidarity with us. Mass times are going to be 5 p.m. on Saturday, 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. on Sunday morning, all of those in English, and 2 p.m. in Spanish. We've had an army of volunteers, nurses, Knights of Columbus, ushers, Council of Catholic Women, members of our pastoral council, lectors, music ministers, parish staff, and clergy, all united to make this not only safe as possible for you, but we hope spiritually uplifting and joy-filled. All the guidelines that we put in place here are following directives from the CDC, from our governor's office, local health officials, for exactly how communities of faith can safely begin to regather. Of course, no one is obligated to return to Mass at this time. Bishop Peter has continued to dispense with the obligation to attend Mass until June 26th. For all those who are 60 or older, those who have health that may put them at risk, or anyone really who is judged it more prudent to remain at home, we want to respect that. A couple of reminders for those of you who will be joining us this weekend in person. Wash your hands thoroughly and use the restroom at home before you come to the church. Of course, bring a mask with you from home and hand sanitizer if you have it. If you don't have a mask, masks are going to be provided for you in our screening tents if needed. Show up 30 minutes before your Mass time, stay in your vehicle, and a volunteer is going to come there to usher you to the screening tent in front of the church. There we're going to have nurses and other volunteers who will ask you 3 simple questions. It's good to know these ahead of time. Are you or anyone in your house ill in any way? Have you been knowingly exposed to anyone with COVID-19? And do you have any lesions on your feet or hands which resemble chickenpox? That's a newer symptom that we've been asked to check on. If you answer in the affirmative to any of those 3 questions, you shouldn't be coming to Mass at this time. Your temperature is then going to be taken. You'll be escorted by our volunteers to the chapel. There'll be a hand sanitizing station for you there. You'll pick up a copy of the bulletin and the song sheet for the Mass. If you prefer not to use the copies we provided, a link to the song sheet and the bulletin can be found in this post, and you can print those out from home and bring them with you. You'll be seated using proper distancing protocols. Use the extra time you may have before Mass to pray, and leave your masks on for the entirety of the liturgy. You'll only remove it briefly when communion is going to be brought to you at your seat. This precaution is protection for our clergy, for everyone around you, and for yourself. So please follow the instructions of the celebrant and the volunteers for the process to follow during Mass for receiving communion. Stay in your seat, and ushers will guide you out of the chapel like deplaning an aircraft. You're going to return to your car immediately after Mass. If you're in our overflow parish hall downstairs, or you choose to watch live stream from your vehicle, communion is going to be brought to you. Volunteers will give you a flag to identify your car in the parking lot as someone waiting for communion after Mass. In addition to your mask, there's a couple of final garments that are going to be essential for you to wear this weekend. They're given to us by St. Paul in his letter to the Colossians. He says, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, clothe yourselves with compassion, with kindness, with humility, with meekness and patience. Above all, clothe yourselves with love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. And finally, he says, let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts and be thankful. If you dress that way, it will help us make this a joyful reunion of our spiritual family and be an expression of your appreciation to the many, many people who've worked countless hours to make this weekend possible for you. We hope to see you soon. God bless you.